Well, thank you for inviting me here. So, in this presentation, I'm going to be fast, and I'm talking about embodied musical intelligence, kinesthetic learning, and extended digital musical instruments. So, traditionally, we think of music as an abstract mental skill, while we argue the opposite, as musical intelligence is deeply embodied. And our proposal here is to formalize this connection with the concept of embodied musical intelligence. So this proposal is built on two pillars. There is the 4E cognition, which see the mind as extended into the body and our tools, and Gardner's theories that I believe that everybody knows, which already link musical and bodily kinesthetics intelligence. So I'm making this link explicit. And this is especially relevant today. So AI can generate music, but it does so without a body. So this absence of corporality in AI only reinforces how critical embodiment is for human creativity and learning. And the central thesis is simple, that musical intelligence is kinesthetic. And we see this when, for example, beginners clap to learn rhythm, when often mentally simulate the very movements that produce the sounds as Godoy suggested. So we know from also neuroscience that our brains simulate the movements required to make the music that we hear. So how do we apply this? Well, try out extended digital musical instruments or EDMI. So unlike a violin, an EDMI uses a full body motion tracked by sensor to create sound. The entire body becomes the interface. So let me show you a bit about an extended EMI that I've been researched on and developed, and at the beginning also patented here at Valladolid University. That is a bit creative, but anyway, my approach establishes a meaningful dialogue between art and technology, which holds significant importance in the clinical, therapeutic, and learning field. In fact, Be Creative, using this environment, the user becomes a performer, a composer, and an artist, so producing their own feedback. Art installation act as a bridge between reality and its possible interpretation. So from this perspective, Be Creative represents an interesting possibility to experience and understand the relationship between the body, technology, and art, as well as the direct communication skills. And this can take many forms. As I just told, we have different, examples, like Be Creative or Motion Composer that track the whole body, wearable tech like sensor gloves, or even virtual reality environments where you can sculpt sound in space, right? So regarding Be Creative environment, my research goal was to facilitate the performance self-expression and achieve what I call creative empowerment. And this concept should be considered always within the paradigm of embedded cognition, helping users to understand the static perspective that stems from sensory motor and perceptual experiences. This is, of course, linked to what we are talking about, kinesthetic learning. So what is creative empowerment? Is a significant concept related to my research is aesthetic resonance that Tony Brooks just described, that for me was very important in my research. So also the notion of creative empowerment. Creative empowerment is about empowering individuals to use technology to enhance their creativity and feel a sense of control and agency over the creative process. That for me is very important. So it's a cyclic process. That means that the more you like it, the more you want to do it. And this helps in learning and in therapy, of course. So I don't know if you can hear here. Can you hear the audio? No? Perfect. Okay. I cannot sing it for you because it's quite hard. Anyway, this is I can try to imagine different kind of sounds connected to the video. This was the very first pilot study that we did with different healthy person. This was a dancer, Milena, and she was trying. You maybe can see the feedback here. I'm not sure. Okay, when you stop, there are some feedback, some audio that is dissonant, some colors. When you move, there are other kind of colors, other kind of feedback because you are you want to move, you need to move. This
Elena,
because
can't you share audio also?
I cannot. I've tried
You
to
cannot.
before.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Well, next time, next meeting. Anyway. And so just to say that that was the very first pilot with the very first version. Then we also did an experiment with fMRI. There was, I believe, is one of the first in this kind of environment, fMRI, because it's not easy to find a good fMRI to do experiments with. But in Brazil, we were able to do it. So we got very good feedback in this sense. Uh, I'm not going to tell you exactly everything because I'm not sure you can really understand every kind of median group variation and connectivity. But anyway, in general, like significant changes between brain regions before and after the training connected to creativity and brain network. So, I mean, yes, I prefer, I think it's not, it's not worth it to explain in detail everything. You can find it here, but if you want more information, please, you can write me, or you can find this article is open source. So, I mean, it's open source. It's free online. You can find it. So, of course, the idea of embodied kinesthetic learning has deep roots in education, in art, but also in therapy. And if we look back at education and learning, we see educators like Dalcroze, Orff, Kodali that all use movement to teach music. So EDMIs are simply the modern technological extension, in my opinion, of these proven embodied pedagogies. And the implications are broad. So in education, it means a shift to more active and embodied learning. In therapy, as our 2025 paper that I just show you discuss, it can stimulate neuroplasticity. Now we are working on another experiment with the last one we did with EEG, electroencephalogram with person post-stroke. So we are going to publish it, showing the differences. What really changed, what are the good news as also music therapists and people that works in this sector. So, and crucially, it makes musical expression accessible to user with others' physical ability. That is very, very important. So, in conclusion, musical intelligence is kinesthetic. I think it's something very logical that all of us know, but I thought this was important, to say this is an important concept to be reminded. So EDMI are tools that exemplifies this, and the next step is to take this framework into the real world with longitudinal studies and classroom and systematic evaluation. And that's it. I've been very, very fast, right?
And Elena, you have some examples of application with disabled people of this system? You have made some experiments? You have some
Yes.
results or also observations?
In our next book, which you will publish, and Tony and another person here listening, so that I'm going to edit for Springer, yes, we are going to publish our result with this experiment. So, but also this first experiment also was a pilot study because we were doing an experiment with a lot of healthy person divided in three groups. The problem is that COVID arrived, and at that point, of course, you cannot use an FRMI in a hospital, and so everything shut down. I came back here, and the experiment just stopped. So we were anyway able to publish the pilot of this. With the data that we retrieved, we were able to publish this article in the special issue. That is very, 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 I say, prominent.
Some other questions? Also from people who is following the streaming?
Maybe I do have one, if I can.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I agree with you. I mean, musical intelligence is kinesthetic. Yeah, it's cool. but I was wondering, how can you assess it? I mean, do you have like a standard protocol, or there is a way somehow to mm, somewhat assess it, this phrase, let's say. I agree with you. I mean, okay, it does make sense to me as a musician, but yeah, maybe can you give us some insights?
Um, this is the work that we need to do it from now on,
Okay.
because no other studies have been done. At least I don't know about this. So this is my purpose. That what I'm going to do right now. And well, as I've been saying at the end of the presentation, we probably need to do it with the longitudinal classroom studies, systematic evaluation of accessibility and inclusivity, because this is the work that I believe we do. As you say, you agree with me, right? And I believe that everybody here agrees, because it's something that I believe is very logical. But there are a lot of things that are logical but needs to be written and, research about it. So I think this is one of the important things that we need to research and to write about.